Marrero, right? Yeah. All right, start with the good news. Last year in Jefferson Parish, we had a total of 33 murders. Obviously, 33 people lost their lives in Jefferson Parish, which we'd like that number to be 0. But that's a reflection of 44 from the year before. So we've had a 25% reduction in murders over the last year, which is a testament to the safety of our neighborhoods, the ability of our detectives to go out and solve crimes before someone else could be the murdered person of the same hands that committed the previous one. Unfortunately, on January 1st of this year, first day of the new year, we had our first murder. On January 2nd, about 12 a.m., 12:15 a.m. in the morning, in the early hours, our police department received a phone call from a cooperating witness that advised us of a murder that occurred in an apartment. That person cooperated with us, in which we were able to secure search warrants for a certain location at 1559 Avenue A. Our detectives went over there on that morning and found evidence of that a crime had occurred, that a potential murder had happened. They were able to recover weapons and other pieces of evidence linking to a potential homicide. The information from this cooperating witness, we knew that we were looking for a particular person. We ended up putting out our phone calls to different agencies around this state to let them know that we had a missing person that was probably moved from the location and dumped at an unknown location. Good news is we had 2 people in custody already. We had started the search warrant process and started processing evidence. And around 4 o'clock that afternoon, Gonzales Police Department contacted us that they found a body that was potentially dumped in their jurisdiction that matched the description of the person that we were looking for in the homicide. Our detectives, along with the coroner's office, traveled up to Gonzales, processed the scene there, worked hand in hand with the Gonzales PD and with the coroner's office from Ascension Parish in order to make sure that we had the proper protocol to transfer the victim back here to our jurisdiction. Our investigation has led to the 2 people that were originally in custody, which is Archie Armstrong, he's a black male, date of birth 10/29 of 96, and Burnell Wilson, date of birth, a black male, date of birth 6/10 of 95. A third arrest is also made in this case of Stephanie and Cisco, who is a white female, date of birth 6/25 of 86. We have charges so far, although this investigation is continued. The autopsy occurred today. We have to process additional evidence. But Archie Armstrong has been arrested for second-degree murder, along with a felony in possession of a firearm and possession of a stolen firearm, along with the possession of marijuana in relation to the searches that were made at their residence. Burnell Wilson has been arrested for accessory after the fact to that second-degree murder, obstruction of justice to second-degree murder. He was also felon in possession of a firearm and possession of a stolen firearm. And Cisco was arrested for accessory after the fact to second-degree murder and obstruction of justice to second-degree murder. We believe we have everybody in custody for this incident itself, but we understand that people may have information that they'd like to share with us. The victim in this case is Francisco Nieves, who's a Hispanic male, 12/5/97. If anyone knows any of these subjects or knows any of their relationships and would like to cooperate with us, I'd ask them to please contact our Detective Bureau at 364-5300. With that, I'll take any questions that maybe can answer.
Did Nieves know any of the suspects involved in the case?
I'm not going to release particulars on this case, but from the standpoint of no one involved, yes, we do believe that they were acquaintances of each other.
What do you think the motive is in this?
Don't have a motive at this time.
Are they talking to you all at all, cooperating?
No, we don't have any cooperation from the suspects. That's why we ask. If anybody has any additional information, please let us know.
I mean, presumably, they tried to dump him in Gonzales to store any sort of evidence, and that's...
Correct. I mean, that's what the obstruction of justice and obviously accessory after the fact. I mean, the evidence is that they traveled up to Gonzales and dumped him at that location. The evidence is pretty clear that the murder happened at the address here, and that was just a dump site.
And so this is the theory that Mr. Nieves was killed in the apartment of Archie Armstrong?
Yeah, that's an accurate statement.
And you all think that the shooting occurred on January 1st, correct?
Yes, we believe the shooting occurred itself on January 1st.
But then you received the phone call from the cooperating witness
at 12:15 a.m. on January 2nd.
And Cisco and Wilson, they're charged, it seems, they're charged with the obstruction of justice and accessory after the fact. I assume they were in the car or participated in the transit.
No, and I'm not gonna contact, we are obviously trying to, not only interview them, but interview other subjects that would, cooperate with that, and we have to follow up the evidence that, from the autopsy that just occurred today. Those are the charges that we have arrest warrants for and that they've been booked for. It doesn't mean additional charges may not be forthcoming, and we'll let you know if that happens.
And this was the death by shooting, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. It looked like he was shot multiple times.
Yeah, I don't have the exact count. That autopsy was done today, but yes, multiple times is accurate.
And apparently inside of the apartment.
That's correct.
Can you describe the nature of the acquaintance between Stephanie and Cizo?
I'm not gonna testify on the nature of the acquaintance. We understand they know each other, but whether it's just friends, relations, or that I'm not gonna reveal at this time.
When we say she knows each other, knows the suspects.
I'm sorry.
She knows both
I
the
believe all
suspects and
four
the
of them
victim.
knew each
Okay,
other
all four.
in some relation. Anything else, Sean?
Unrelated, but in regard to that 29 from yesterday, what can you talk about it? And that was a body found over here in the West Bank?
The one in Wagner?
Yes.
It believes we had a missing person from, I believe, in October. Was it October? I believe it was in October. It was a missing person. Back then, the information was the person was suicidal. It appears to be a suicide. I'm not going to release any information on any suicides. That's obviously a family issue, but the person was located back in a wooded area, and with the leaves falling off the tree in the winter, obviously notified at this point in time.
Is that it, guys?
Yep.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah. Thank you.